Bad call, but go for it.
Oh, baby.
So we're just gonna jump right into it, huh?
Something's gonna get real fucked up.
We are drinking whiskey.
I put gin on top of my gin.
Giggling about bullshit. Shape your nutsack to play it with the boys? Oh my god, we're recording.
I'm trying to fill the void.
That's what you want, an alabaster smooth penis.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there we are.
Oh, and I can hear the hell out of you. Hold on 1 second.
Am I very loud?
Oh, a little bit.
Sorry.
Just a little bit. We're going to turn this down.
Oh.
All right. So, barring the fact that I am on half a bottle of Dayquil and plenty of self-medication, are we going to say that the vocal quality is at least a little better?
This is a lot better. This sounds great.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, this is good. I love the background. It's not distracting at all.
Good.
Those deep brown eyes.
I was going to change it, and then I realized I didn't want to.
That's fair.
The background behind is currently just my face, ridiculously blown up.
Yeah.
This is another one really interesting. We can't do technology. That was Larry finding his own pop screen.
I am a giant ape in a small enclosure.
Let's watch Grandpa utilize his flip phone, everybody. Come on in. Get off the porch. It's going to be spectacular.
We got Grandpappy one of them new talking devices.
Uh-huh. He's literally...
He can almost take a picture.
He's talking into an old-timey gramophone. That's not even... Does he know where he is? Well, I don't know. Is he in the Civil War? Then no, he doesn't.
Grandpa, what are you doing? I'm trying to talk to General Lee.
And if nothing else, talking to myself at General Lee, which is just good enough for me, because I've been married for 60 years, and there really is no difference.
Talking to myself's the only way I can get an answer I like.
What's the beverage of choice today, pal?
I'm going an old classic, an old standby. I'm doing a Kraken rum with, but I'm pepping it up. I threw a little vanilla Coke in there.
So it's the Kraken, not crack and.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crack and vanilla Coke.
I call it the Compton Hello.
I call it the South Chicago Sleepy.
I'd call it something if I knew where the fuck I was.
I can't feel my toes. That's either neuropathy or I'm real drunk.
Just give me a second. I gotta claw through my own floor down to the basement. I'll be back in a sec.
Is that foot supposed to tingle like that? Is that how I know it's working?
Sure, absolutely. He's been on the floor for how long? Since Labor Day. Perfect. 1983.
That's probably for the best. Just leave him down there. He can't cause trouble that way. So, what you been up to, buddy?
Trying not to die.
Yeah, you were real sick.
Dude, I couldn't speak. It was fantastic. I was like... It's you know what's weird? It's the day and age where if you get yourself the sniffles and a little bit of laryngitis that lasts for 2-3 days, what do you do? Oh, I've got the plague. My wife's gonna die.
Yeah.
So you freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, you're fine, like every other time you were sick. You know, I've still got a little sniffle, but I've got acetaminophen, and Dayquil, and wine.
Well, that's now if you just had a handful of leeches to toss at your own dick, that's old-timey medicine.
Overhand, and if you get that joke, thanks for being old school.
If you get that joke, you've listened to previous episodes.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke then, it won't be now.
That's all the type of medicine we can afford. Don't you have health insurance? Sure do. Still not going to utilize it.
The only medicine we can be afford is found in the swamp. Anything from a broken arm, a headache, or a broken heart, go out to the swamp and see what you come back with.
Go find the old traveler woman. She's got remedies galore.
Where's she? I told you she's in the swamp.
Just start wandering. She'll find you.
Wander the swamp.
There'll be a gator with a jaunty hat on. What kind of hat? I said it's jaunty. He changes it every day. He's a gentleman. Don't follow the one with the monocle. He don't know which direction to go.
And again, this is a conversation Grandpa has into the gramophone.
I got the gouts again. Which swamp are you in? Just go to the swamp? Okay, follow the jaunty gator. You got it.
God. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you're finally old enough that you can have your best friend be your shoes and you're cool with it.
We have a symbiotic relationship, and if one of us dies, then we just get to use the other one. Chauncey is his name. He prefers the bowler hat, but when he's traveling, he wears a fedora.
Everything today is going to be about hats. Hats, monocles, odd eyewear, different hat wear. Everything will be jaunty.
I just don't have I have cause right now to wear a lot of jaunty clothing, so.
Because?
I mean,
you joined the Ren Fair, or?
I'm stuck down here in the Danger Dungeon. I don't need to have anything on but a t-shirt from a record store and questionable pants.
I literally have not worn A, underwear, or B, socks. Oh, God. Well, socks for months. I haven't worn pants that have a zipper or a button in them.
Yeah.
In a very long time. Now I don't even go, because I was putting on, like, cargo shorts. That was my going out clothing.
Uh-huh.
To go to the grocery store, that I realized I'm 42. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm 42 and I found someone to love me no matter what. I can dress however I like, thank you very much.
I love that you said found and not forced, because I say forced.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this day and age, I don't want you Brian Callen-ing yourself or Crystalia-ing yourself.
Is that the same ing yourself? Because I only know Chris.
Yeah, Brian Callen today, I popped open as I woke up, and I was like, let's just see what Facebook says. Oh, Brian Callen is also accused of touching people inappropriately. Super duper. Close that down, set the phone. Could someone just post some good news once in a while?
This is why I'm not on Facebook anymore. I very rarely look at any of the news unless it involves a cartoon. If the cartoon animal is going to tell me about the world, I'll listen. Outside of that, I know it's garbage. I can just imagine. And it's going to be worse than anything I can imagine.
Yeah.
And I have a booze-addled mind.
Yeah. Well, I imagine gators and jaunty hats, so I've got a pretty good imagination.
On a whim. Actually, no, it's not on a whim. I think it's on a loop.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Sometimes he likes to wear overalls if he's working in the garden.
It's not a cartoon gator. It's a very realistic gator. It is animated, but it's drawn by a very, very talented gentleman. I believe he's Japanese, but he is so good. He is the calligraphy of taking a gator and making it look like he's got a jaunty hat while he's clipping rose bushes.
Yeah.
What does any of this mean? Nothing.
And that you just described this show.
Yay!
What was? Oh, because that's so. Speaking of gators, but they're cousins, the crocodile. So when I saw that story about Brian Callen, I was like, well, that's garbage.
Your knowledge of biology is just shocking.
I graduated.
You have a degree in psychology.
Yeah, not biology.
I have a degree in theater. I can't even balance a checkbook, for Christ's sake.
Right? That's what I like to describe Nicole and I. She graduated with honors, and they gave me a diploma. I purchased that piece of paper.
Hooray!
Look what I found in a box. $20,000 worth of paper.
Hey, look at that. That's your million. I don't know where mine is. I don't know where my college diploma is.
I didn't know where that was until, like I said, I was going through boxes of stuff. I'm like, I gotta get rid of some shit. And I opened that up and I was like, well, I could probably throw that away. What use is this?
You know what's weird? Nobody's ever asked to see it.
Yeah.
This whole time I could have claimed that I graduated Yale with a degree in phrenology, and I don't think anybody would have called me on it.
No, not one person would have questioned that. And they'd be like, oh, good for you, Yale. I mean, it's not Harvard, but good for you.
Yeah, right? And at least I was smart enough to know at 12 there was no such thing as a permanent record when it was just thrown at me by the junior high school teacher.
Yeah.
This is going on your permanent record. Show me the record.
I would like to add that. I would like that to be an interesting read for somebody someday. This is not a threat, that's a challenge.
It might actually be. Dude, I could have published that. It'd be a lot more worth the paper on than the fucking degree. You know what I'm trying to say. I miss a few words in there, but you get it.
You know what I want on my permanent record? That time I got my dick stuck in a toilet paper tube and the janitor had to help me out.
And he referred to it as the time he got to help somebody out.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a story at that point.
Exactly. I'm just trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was I? Oh, so I saw that story about Brian Callen, and I was like, well, Facebook, you've destroyed my day again. And my Instagram is carefully curated, so I only see pretty pictures and cool stuff. And I do follow an account called Nature is Metal, and it's pretty gruesome at times, but usually it's just like, wow, this is awesome. And today I opened it up, and it was like 3, I don't even know, what, like deer-like creatures standing in the water, and all of a sudden this giant crocodile jumps out and just snatches one and drags it back, and I was like, fuck, Instagram. You even I gotta put you down, because one part of me wanted to be like, yeah, that's cool. The other part was like, oh God.
Yeah, but I'm so much more interested in that than even on my phone, my news scrolling. Every once in a while, I have a news thing. I'm like, oh, what's up? I can't go 5 or 6 pages without Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They're on the rocks. He's crazy. I'm like, who gives a shit? Yeah. Give me a crocodile mauling a deer-like creature. That at least means something to me.
Well, no, I just wanted something cute and pretty or cool. Those are the things on my Instagram. Like, if someone follows me on Instagram and I don't follow back, don't take offense. Instagram is my safe haven. But then sometimes I get to watch adorable creatures get eaten, and I'm like, oh, yep, life is still like that. Okay, because I've got a buddy of mine who is out in Moab. He is a bike guide. So the Moab Desert, he's a bicycle guide.
Okay, quit saying this like it's normal. I'm totally into it, but you gotta slow down a little bit when you say things like Moab and bike guide. I'm into it. Just let me catch up.
Okay.
Please continue.
So, the desert and mountains out west, and he's a...
Yeah, preface it, is what I'm saying.
He takes people on, mountain bike trails, and they're, super challenging and cool, and so he wears a GoPro, and he'll post stuff. And, the other day, he was going down the side of this mountain, and it's super, super skinny. Sam is my boy. You know what? I'll tag him in the description of this show, because Sam deserves it. He's frickin' rad. But he's going down the side of this mountain, super thin, pro-level trail, and all these elk start running with him.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
And he gets to a clearing and stops, and he sees him running off. And that's where he ends the video. But I was like, how fucking cool is that? And he'll post stuff of him, wiping out and stuff. And it's... he just posts some really cool videos. So normally, when I open up my Instagram, it's a cool-ass video from Sam Shrike. And today it was Crocodile Eats Adorable Animal. And I was like, oh, damn it.
Hold on, dude's name is Sam Shrike?
Yeah.
Oh, God. There's just everything is more manly than I have ever been on my best day.
Sam also does slack lines, so the
That's things I don't. Yeah, like that. No, I have no idea.
like he walks tight ropes across chasms.
I was way off. No, I did not know that was coming.
Yeah, he does cool stuff. He stopped lifting weights and just does like super yoga. So he is crazy fit, and all he does all day long is rides bicycles and does slack lines and climbs mountains. Dude's awesome.
But has he gotten real good at crying yourself to sleep in a bathtub while eating SpaghettiOs out the can?
No, and that's where we have one up on him.
That's where we come in.
You need someone to take you down the side of a mountain? My buddy Sam Shrike. You need someone to tell you, hey buddy, it's okay. Have another can of SpaghettiOs. And you know what? If you soil yourself, you're already in a bathtub. It goes right down. Just waffle stomp it if you need to. Waffle stomp if you need to.
Stomp the shit down. We've already come to terms that I've done that more times this year than most people have.
Yeah, that concerns me. Are you okay?
No. I've quit smoking, so whatever is going to kill me now is not my lungs, it's going to be inside my ass. And that's just what I get.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Smoking, apparently, shuts so much of your body down that when you quit smoking, everything starts waking back up. And, it's apparently well, you know how many times I've quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'm like, what? Am I having a baby out of my lungs? What is this?
Oh, dude. I've named so many things that are just lumps.
Yeah, I coughed something up one time, and I went to leave my house, and there was a bunch of, right-wing Christians picketing my house for anti-abortion.
Yeah, that's why they were there.
Yeah. Kill the beast! They had pitchforks and...
This is the first time I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to start the topic we're going to ignore. Because I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Because I need your input. You know me. I do so much research on this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's constant. Because I'm going to do my best to have an actual conversation, because you have something to say personally about this subject, and so do I, but I don't have a leg to stand on. So, I went down a click hole the other day, okay? And I want to preface this with, at no point in time today am I going to purposely insult your family, because I adore them. I want to talk about baby names, and here's why. I think that there needs to be a distinction between interesting and forced interesting awful. And I love this because I'm the one bringing it up, and I'm going to offend a whole bunch of people by this. However, I would like to start it off with this. This is from parenting.com. Parenting.com. We got the top 10 worst boy and girls names of 2019. Now, are they naming, is this the least used? Is it one person's choice of what the worst names are? Is it several people's opinions? The answer is, I didn't scroll down enough to find out. Okay. But I thought that the tag of this was interesting enough for me to find out that some names are, in fact, illegal in some countries, as in a couple was not allowed to call their child sex fruit legally in New Zealand. So, moving on.
That seems un-American.
Well, it is. They were in New Zealand.
Well, that's un-American as well.
Being in New Zealand is most definitely un-American. I'll give you that. No, because your kids names have a theme, and I don't have an issue. And nor should I, because I don't get a vote. But some names, can't you just? Aren't some names just a little overused or overpretentious, in your opinion?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to I have a couple of points. I did a little bit of research, and I have a lot of talking points. We won't get to any of them. But there's no wrong way to do this. But worst names for girls or worst names for boys from parenting.com in 2019. They're both 10 long, and just to at least to get to them, I want to rapid fire one of them. So you pick boys or girls?
Let's go girls.
Girls, okay. Some of these I'm okay with, some of them I'm not. Shy. Mattel.
What?
Sincere.
What?
Chardonnay.
That we had a horse named Chardonnay.
Let me go.
Sorry.
I'm gonna start over because I have to do the list of the
Okay, I'll be over here. I'm gonna turn my mic off.
Yeah, let your ire build because it's worth it.
Okay.
Shy, Mattel, Sincere, Chardonnay, Khaleesi, Starlet, Blakely, spelled Blaykelee, Vegas, Pansy, and Annie, spelled A-N-Y. Annie.
I'm canceling this show.
That's what
we are no longer doing this podcast.
Very good.
Yeah, this is the last.
Parenting.com.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Look,
People did this to other people.
You don't. Okay. Look, I don't have a lot of room to talk. All my kids have interesting names.
Here's the difference, though, is that they're interesting. Well, we can actually. I love all your kids, and each name is perfect for them, especially the human beings that they are and they're turning into, the adults they're turning into. The only one that's a little bit out there is Gideon, but that kid could wear any moniker and just turn it into, like, you could put Senator in front of it, and he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
I love Gideon.
That kid, I could have named him Pussy Slayer Blue Eyes, and he would have been, yeah. Yep.
Well, that's his, if it's not his given name.
That's what's on the birth certificate, but they don't let me call him that for legal reasons.
No, I wanted to bring this up with you because there's interesting, and then there's a weirdness that you just don't do.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, Annie.
Annie.
A-N-Y.
Annie, as in any dick will do. Annie, yeah. Annie.
That's essentially what's going to happen to that poor kid.
Uh-huh. And if you put a couple of these together, Annie Chardonnay.
Again, we had a horse named Chardonnay. She was great. You can name pets, and
you can name animals whatever the Christ you want.
Yeah. But in fact, I'm going to get a horse and call it any the Christ I want. That's what I'm going to call it.
And that's spectacular.
And somebody will laugh. It's like when you have a dog that you name Senator Grumsley, and they're like, well, that's adorable.
Exactly. My brother has a dog, a huge Great Dane, named Carl. I love that. It's the exact opposite. It's perfect.
Yeah.
He's a big, dumb animal. He's a very sweet dog, weighs about 150 pounds. It's fucking Carl.
And that's perfect. Just, who's that? Carl. Fuck right it is. Sometimes Carl likes to wear Hawaiian shirts. You don't know. That's funny. I actually am looking for a dog named Dave, who's just...
You can name a dog whatever you want.
No.
They don't care.
Here's the thing. It's got to be an adult dog. He's got to be about halfway through his life that just knows what he's about. He's just cool as fuck. And all he does, when I'm like, hey, Dave, you want to wear a matching Hawaiian shirt? And he's like, fuck right I do. And Dave and I just go hanging out in beer gardens wearing matching Hawaiian shirts, and if it's too bright, Dave hits the pop guard. It's a new position for him. It's a new position for it. Dave just puts his paw on me, and then I put some sunglasses on him, and Dave and I he wears aviators. He doesn't wear like the old school 19. He likes his aviators. He likes the effect that I'm very specific about the dog I need, and I know
I'm comfortable with this.
And when I meet Dave, they'll be like, I'll be like, what's his name? And they'll be like, his name's Dave, and I'm like, you're goddamn right it is. Goddamn right his name is Dave. Hey, like nothing ever happened.
Hey, it wouldn't be an episode if something didn't break.
Exactly. I nearly knocked over my drink in frustration. It was fantastic.
I have no idea where we were. I got the gist.
Yeah, I was complaining. Look, most of those names that you threw out there are like...
Those are names that we're saying.
Yeah,
we're going to call them names.
Yeah. Look, and I don't want to shame anybody, and I never would. Especially, but all those names, you're just like, look, I know times are tough, and we're heading to some rough places. So we're just going to give you stripper names that can go right on your check.
It's just, God, Mattel. Mattel?
Is Mattel, like, the company even really that big of a thing? Why
I don't
would
know,
people...
but it's spelled the same. It's a plastic toy company.
Look, I get it. When Barbie came out, the dolls were super popular, and
they still gotta be, right? Barbie's gonna be around till the cockroaches rule, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that plastic never goes away. But at least, I don't know, Barbie you could call Barbara. I don't know, man. And again, I've got Glenn, Willow, and Gideon. But I found a personal name that meant something to me, that made sense, and when I looked at the kid, I was like, oh yeah. Now, I get it. My sister, her name is Denim.
Denim.
And at first, when I was told, we're going to name her Denim, I was like, the fuck you are? What are you doing to this poor child? And now, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. She's just... It's a cool name for her. She's a cowgirl. She has won more money than I'll ever make at doing anything legitimate. She earns that title. It's a title, not a name for her.
Well, she is a 6 foot tall blonde professional cowgirl.
Yes.
Now, how much do you think that name influences person, and how much does it not matter? Because I think that Denim might have had a harder time if she wanted to be a CPA.
I agree, and I actually have a whole bit about names.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Well, so it's something to the effect of when someone brings out and they're like, if you haven't seen someone from high school for years, and they're like, this is my son Skylar. Skylar is the captain of the lacrosse team. He plays chess. He's also class president, and he plans on going to Yale. And you know that kid is a pretentious dick and probably a snot and isn't as great as everyone wants you to think he is. But now if somebody walks out and goes, hey y'all, this here's Carl. Carl likes working on old trucks. Carl's only 5, but he likes working on old trucks, drinking whiskey, and chasing puss. And you're like, I want to fucking hang with Carl. Fuck you, Skylar. Yeah. But Carl sounds cool. I got something in common with Carl. And that's...
This is where I'm going to alienate a whole bunch of people, all 19 of you listening. I don't understand the current trend with naming, especially boys, primitive occupations. Thatcher, Hunter, Archer, shit of that writer. Holy balls. One of my best friends in the world, he named his kid Thatcher, and he hates me because I did comedy with him for a very long time, and I will be friends with him the rest of my life. I call his kid Roofer, and I'm like, he hates me so much for that, and he will never forgive me, and nor should he.
No.
No, but I just hate it so much. To where I was talking to Angie because she was talking like, what about names for a boy? Like, because we're thinking it's about time.
Yeah.
You're almost done, so why don't I start?
Right, yeah. Look, I sometimes miss when the kids are... Because I find old pictures of the kids, and I'm like, my ovaries start tingling, I'll admit it. And don't look at me that way. I'm sensitive. And then I remember I'm nearly done with this prison sentence, and so I'll get to live out my golden years without worry.
Yeah.
I mean... Trust me, I'll worry, because you always do, but at that point, it'll be like, I don't know, you're an adult, you're on your own. Daddy's going to get drunk in Key West. Again. Don't worry about me. Yeah, my dick's out. What of it? You can know things.
Yeah, my dick's in the gramophone. What of it?
Yeah, I'm spending a weekend with Chauncey, the jaunty crocodile. I don't know what you want from me.
She was like, what about one of the... I'm like, you know what name I like for a boy? Jack. What the hell's wrong with Jack?
Jack's a great name.
Jack Ziegler. Come on.
That's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Middle name? Motherfucking.
Please.
Now that's a joke.
Oh. Well, now I'm disappointed. Because if you have a boy, that's all I'm going to call him is Jack motherfucking Ziegler.
That's so am I. And I'm all for like kind of throwback names. Like my niece's name is Madeline Dorothy.
Okay.
Madeline. I'm not sure where that came from. Dorothy is her great grandmother on my sister-in-law's side, but she's just Maddie.
Yeah.
You know.
Great name.
But let's really twist your mind. I'm really glad that you picked girls first.
Oh boy.
Okay. Unless, you know what? I should have, actually, after this, I might just forward you this list so that you can have it in front of you. I mean, Khaleesi, how fucking brain dead do you have to be?
Oh my god. Why would you
I saw it on the TV. My daughter's name is Khaleesi, my son's name is Grey Goose.
Daughter's name's Khaleesi, my son's name is NASCAR.
And I really don't have a huge problem with Blakely, but why spell it Blaklee? What's with the whole spelling the names interesting? Quit making it difficult for your child growing up.
Yeah.
Sarah doesn't need 3 E's and an I. Jesus Lord, people.
I would like to speak with Ashante. That's actually pronounced Beth. What? No. That's just mean to a teacher.
And I'll grant you, my name is spelled Ziegler. I pronounce it Ziegler. Most people say Ziegler. But, I get it. I don't. Maybe I'm a prick about it.
I'd prefer if you took the German off that.
Who wouldn't? Okay, so worst names for boys 2019, according to parenting.com, based on whatever the hell they said they based this on. The first one I want to bring up is one word, no hyphen, no nada. In order: King Messiah, Yugo, Cub, Axis, Manson, Pinches.
Wait, no, don't say that one again.
I knew you were going to make me. Pinches.
Spell
Yes.
it. Spell it.
How do you spell pinches, pal? Like I pinched you twice.
I got
That
a couple,
way.
as in I've got a couple pinches on my bum bum.
Mm-hmm. This one I don't agree with. Xavier, but it's spelled Xxayvier.
Yeah.
Quit doing.
You just get a
Something
punch
wrong.
in the face for spelling it wrong.
Cletus, Danger, and Styles with a Z.
Hold on. Cletus?
Cletus is on the list, and I have mixed feelings about that as well.
Because that was going to be my nickname if you had... Whatever... That's the thing. Whatever type of baby you have, because there's so many, their nickname was just going to be Cletus.
See, I'm fine with Cletus as a nickname. I think on your birth certificate it's rude.
Well, what was it? My dad was he wanted to name me. It was... Man, I should stop drinking because this has been... Eusephus.
My
mom wanted to call...
Mennonite?
What's that?
Were any of you Mennonite at some point?
I mean, we had to live that way. My dad grew up with dirt floors. I don't know. Didn't everybody?
Quakers and snake wrestlers?
My mom wanted to name me Christopher, and my dad said, fine. Christopher's fine, but his middle name will be Eusephus.
And Larry was the compromise? How do you get from A to B on that one?
Because that's his name. His name is... I'm actually named after him.
I know that. The compromise is, nope, my name.
Yeah. It's either Eusephus, or we name him after my big ass. And it's that... And he won.
I was going to ask how we went from Larry, which is a name, to denim, which is a new use for that word.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I'm scared of your sister, like most of your family. She was always very nice to me. She earns that name.
Yeah. And that's the thing. She is super sweet, but
Yeah.
I've seen her angry twice, and I even left the room. I was like, no, thank you. No. No, but so there's people still out there naming their kid Cletus?
It's on the list, so apparently. It's a great nickname. Terrible name. Pinches, I think, is interesting for obvious reasons, because that's like a clown you don't want your kids to be around.
Yeah, that's old Uncle Pinches isn't come up to Christmas dinner anymore.
No. He wears the shorts that are a little too short and some peeks out the bottom. And
it's not what you think.
No. No. It's a tube that just shoots knockout gas. My nephew is named Mason, and if you just put an N in there, it becomes Manson, which is number 5 on the list.
Yeah. Yeah. I see, and I don't mind. I know Mason is also an occupation, but I like the name Mason. It's strong.
I don't mind it because he is named after jars, and I think that's important.
He's useful.
Who would name their child Axis?
As long as his middle name is Powers, I'm okay with it.
At least you know what his family stands for.
Yeah, no shit. It's just, you're just trumpeting it to the rest of the class. Axis, Powers, Ziegler. See, that's what I did. Yeah.
And if you have the sack to name your boy King Messiah, one word, he better come out the womb with a 12-inch hard-on. Because that's it. I'm like, yes. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it going to get bigger? Oh, probably. You named him this. He's got to live up to it.
He has a glowing halo and a 12-inch rod. That is King Messiah. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Bob really fits this kid. I get it.
We were going to name him Stephen, but apparently King Messiah.
King Messiah.
We thought it was the umbilical cord. Turns out, just his giant holy dick.
I have a slight affection for a kid named Danger, though. I don't really have an issue with that.
I don't either.
So, which I think that by me saying that, any leg I had to stand on is gone.
But only if his nickname is something like Blade or Skateboard.
Or Scott.
Danger Switchblade Smith.
He goes by Merle. He's a reader, which is awkward for everybody.
We fucked that up. We really misjudged what was going to happen there.
If your name is Denim, you got to be a cowgirl. If your name is Danger, you got to be like Evel Knievel. But he's just a copywriter.
He does editing. He's a copy editor. He makes sure the commas go in the right place.
He's a very, very nice guy. He's got a weird patchy beard. I don't know why he grows it out, because he can't really grow one. It's fine. His hair's a little greasy. He's not a bad guy. Don't invite him to karaoke. Danger is not fun to be around.
Not a good hang. Danger, not good. You want him to be. You want him to be.
Yeah.
We've tried, but Danger, he just sings Eye of the Tiger off key over and over. Every time it's his turn, it's just another rendition of Eye of the Tiger.
And he's got to go into the bathroom and practice for 45 minutes first.
Between every performance, you just walk into the bathroom and you get, Eye of the Tiger, it's the thrill of the... Oh, come on, get it together, Danger!
If you're a guy named Danger, you can't wear Argyle. You just can't pull it off, man. You're more of a leather and denim guy. That's your pack. You're a wallet chain dude. That's what we need out of you.
Danger, man. Now I feel like I let my kids down by just naming them stuff like Glenn, Willow, and Gideon.
Incorrect.
Danger, Cletus, and Butterscotch. I think that would have.
That's the name of a horse.
And Big Hangin'. That would have...
And I'm sorry, I keep sniffling because I'm still a little ill, and that's really gross, and I apologize. And it's being picked up really well because of my new microphone. But I wanted to also bring up because I hope that you have a story in kind. The worst name I ever heard, which is,
Okay.
for me, Richard, and not for obvious reasons. Okay? There's nothing wrong with Richard, nothing wrong with being a rich, nothing wrong with being a Richie. This poor bastard, who I only know his name, and it will haunt me to the rest of my life, because when I was bartending, he started a tab and gave me his credit card. This gentleman, who was perfectly nice to me, tipped well, was hanging out with his buddies. His name was Richard Head the Third. So that means that not only is he a dickhead, his dad was a dickhead. His grandpa was a dickhead. And that means that his grandfather and father had to suffer, and then they sired yet a third child and said, "This boy must feel the pain that I have felt. You will be Trip Dighead." That will follow me forever. Why don't call the kid Frederick? Why? He's already ahead. Dickhead the Third?
Yeah, Dickhead the Third. A long line of dickheads.
I don't like the cut of this boy's jib.
Look at him. He looks like a Dickhead the Third.
He looks just like me and Grandpa. He'll be the third of the line of dickheads.
And hopefully one day he himself will have a dickhead. The worst name that I ever saw, also Richard.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is a doctor. His
Okay.
first name is Richard,
Okay.
and his last name is Butt.
Oh, no.
And his middle initial,
Uh-huh.
N. His name is Dr. Dickenbutt.
His name is Dr. Dickenbutt, which, of course, in the phone book is Dr. Button Dick. And that's almost dirty cartoonish.
I wanted him to be a proctologist. I also do a bit about this because I work on the name thing. I do this stuff about names, and I had found the worst doctor, and his name is Dr. Dickenbutt, and he's a psychologist.
Oh.
And I was like, man, you're really... Although it's the worst best name. I can't decide if it's a great name or not. There's a dentist up in this area, and his name is Dr. Michael Hawk.
H-A-W-K?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
His name is Mike Hawk,
Uh-huh.
and every time I've seen it, I'm like, Mike Hawk's been in your mouth. And I hope that he just hands people a business card, or like that's one of the toothbrushes he gives after every... You just look at it and be like, Mike Hawk's been in your mouth. God damn it, yeah he has. Yeah he has. Hey, hold on.
Ah, it's only twice in one episode.
Oh my god. So I'm just gonna make a cocktail while recording.
So, please tell me at some point you're just going to put like little like lilting music in between these like jarring pauses that we're not bringing up.
I feel like we should. Yeah. Like, because we did that on the episode where you had...
Oh, it hasn't come up yet.
No. The next episode is Marge Shot.
Are we actually going to play that one?
I'm going to edit the shit out of it.
See, now you just said that, and you're going to have to edit this out. It's going to be a whole thing.
It's fine. I probably won't edit this out. But yeah, Dr. Mike Hawk is a legit human being in Rochester, Illinois, and he's a dentist. And I love it. I love that he didn't go by his middle name. It wasn't like it would be better if it was like Stanley Hawk, DDS. It'd be like, okay, that seems legit. But he has this huge sign that's just like Dr. Michael Hawk, dentist, and you're like, I guarantee you that at every dinner party, he's like, my cock has been in everybody's mouth in Rochester, and you're like, and everyone goes, ha ha ha, absolutely it has, Dr. Hawk.
Well, is he the kind of guy that could pull it off, or is he the kind of guy that does that where he's like half in the bag and his shirt's like half untucked? And it's just like, my God, speaking of ever, but the, you know?
You know what? I've never seen the dude.
Ah! Very good.
So I want it to be a mystery. Yeah, I want it to remain a mystery. I have an image in my head of what he looks like, and I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, what would have to be going on in your life to look at your newborn son and say, this child's name is Pinches? What would have had to happen? Because I honestly can't come up with the correct joke.
Meth and an uncle that got more time alone with me than he should have.
See, yeah, that's where my brain's going. There's got to be something more clever than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's where I keep going.
I don't know if clever is what we need to go for so much as just apologizing to somebody.
Maybe it's just quantum physics. It's just something that's beyond us.
Right?
Yeah.
I did a podcast the other night, and they were like, well, something is very clear. You don't know shit about quantum physics. And I was like, I'm a comic. And I went to a liberal arts school. Of course I don't know shit about quantum physics. I never once... I have the box set of Quantum Leap. I've watched that series multiple... That's the extent of my quantum physics knowledge. Also, go fuck yourself, Jay. I actually like Jay. Jay and I are buddies. But you know what? Eat French kiss my butthole, Jay.
Is Jay a comic, or is he a quantum physician?
Nah, he's a...
Quantum physicist. That's how much I know.
He's a quantum physician.
I did that on purpose, almost.
Turn your cork and cough.
He was the guy on Deep Space Nine.
Yes, yeah.
Nobody's going to get that.
No, and I just did the cork joke for the nerds out there. I'm just
worst your old dad joke I'd come up with all minute. Who is this Jay person that knows a lot about quantum physics?
Oh, Jay would never say he knows anything about quantum physics. He's a host on the Front Row movie network.
I get it. I was trying to figure out why you were on some other panel where quantum physics was being discussed.
We were. Have you seen the movie Palm Springs with Andy Samberg? And
I literally watched it last night.
So good, right? So fucking good. So I was bringing up ideas of different timelines, and did this happen and this happen, and I want to refute Jay in that I do know a little something about quantum physics, because again, I've watched every episode of Quantum Leap at least 10 times. Thank you very much. Fortunately, this isn't recorded because I only held up the one hand with the 5 fingers. But
I was going to bring it up, so go for it.
But my fingers are very thick, so they count as 2, according to my wife.
I will allow it. That was a long road to fucking hoe for that joke. But well done! Still finger banging the old lady after all these years.
Well, we like to keep it fresh.
Put the needle on the gramophone.
Put the needle on the gramophone and stick an 8-track in the player. It's time to get sticky fingers.
And name your kid Styles with a Z.
Styles with a Z.
Stylez.
You might as well just name your kid Boner and be done with it.
No, I'm sure it's happened. Hugo, I thought was an interesting choice.
That isn't. I got Hugo, and this is my daughter Pinto. Sometimes she likes to blow up for no reason.
Well, Hugo, it's very. He's reliable. He's no longer made,
and he's not much to look at.
He's not much to look at, but you know what? He does come in gray, beige, and off beige.
It's better than my son Volkswagen. He's
he's the son of the people.
My son, he's involved in some pretty sketchy groups, and he started shaving his head. Should I be worried?
Just do what you did. Let God handle it. Don't worry. You're going to outlive me by months.
Yeah, I just want to hold your hand. I'm going to shove Angie out of the way so I can be the one to hold your hand, and so I can lean in and go, I'm older by a week, but I'm still outliving you. And then when you croak, I'm going to do it shortly thereafter and fall on top of you, and it's going to take 8 orderlies to move me off of you, because I'm very heavy when I'm dead weight.
It's a beautiful dream, and it's not that far out of the realm of reality.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to bring it. My plan is my death plan.
Your death plan. You had a whole plan where you and I were going to live in underground bunkers out in the middle of nowhere.
No, it was going to be a commune.
Oh, yes.
I mean, of course we were going to get some shipping containers, put them underground, so in case the apocalypse happened, we had a place to make teehees.
Mm-hmm.
But
where were you on that? Because it's here.
Well, I'm close. I've got some land, and we've got places we can go. I just have to start digging.
Is a guy named King Messiah and a broad named Pansy, and we'll be good.
Now, Pansy is an old name. They used to name...
Yeah. Men.
No. Girls were named Pansy in the early 1900s.
Well, it is a flower.
Yeah, exactly. And then they started calling boys pansies, and then it went out of style.
So...
My dad used to call me Pansy.
Well, your dad calls everybody Pansy who doesn't have a bullet in them somewhere. But do you really want to be the family that brings that back?
No.
You'd be like, I'm going to resurrect, I'm okay with Dorothy as a middle name. I don't know, obviously this is all rules that I'm making up for myself.
Yeah.
But that you don't want to bring back Pansy. You don't want to be the one who's going to just spark that trail.
Now, I'll be honest. Nicole and I will never have a baby. We've got, we've got the 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. She and I have talked though, and if we did have a daughter, Sky. Right?
On the fence.
Because here's the thing. All 3 of my kids, blonde-haired, blue-eyed. But if Nicole and I had a kid, there's a chance that it's brown-haired and brown-eyed.
True.
But what if it's brown hair with blue eyes? Sky is perfect.
I couldn't be less interested in this theoretical human being.
You don't care about...
I just did that to watch like a cigarette out on your forehead.
You don't care about your theoretical niece? That hurts me.
No, No, that's not true. I just really, you know how I enjoy being a dick. I'm just I'm on the fence about the names like that. Because what Ange and I have settled upon for a girl would be Nina Pearl. And I like the way that rolls off the tongue. But remember, she will be brown.
Right.
But I like it. I like Nina.
Okay, and I have a cousin named Nina.
Spelled with the Zig Heil. Nina.
That's hurtful.
Terrible joke.
No, she's actually so left-wing, and it makes... So my Aunt Carol and her family, super, super left-wing liberals, and it absolutely drives the rest of my dad's side of the family insane. And I kind of like it. We've realized that we have her side of the family, her part of the family, we're we all agree about things. People should have equal rights. Okay, yeah, we're all on the same page. And yeah, my cousin, it's Nina. And not the Nazi thing that you insinuated.
Well, it's horrible.
You whore.
I'm a terrible person, and I do not say that I'm not.
I don't know why you would try to hurt me.
Because that's
nearly impossible, is what you were going to say.
It's who I am. Just for those of you at home who's listening, my wife is currently going into the fridge for another beer. Angie, would you like to talk about Nina Pearl on the real quick?
No, thanks.
You sure?
Hi, Ange.
Here.
Sure.
Larry says hi.
Grab my beard run.
Hi, Angie. Ange.
Too late.
See, that's the thing. I ruined your wedding reception. And so she'll never talk to me again.
I sincerely don't think that's true.
Your mom?
What did you do? What could you have possibly done?
I got a glass knocked out of my hand. Right before you got...
That was the thing. Yeah, no big deal. Who cares? Yeah.
But
that was you.
The best part of the night is your mom and I were dancing together, and she did the spin, and she hit my eye just right and knocked my contact out. And it's pop guard. And somehow, thank God Angie was standing there, and she was like, "Everybody back!" Like in this fucking goddess voice. And everyone was like, "Woo!" And she found my contact, gave it to me, and she's like, "I'll be right back. I've got saline solution." And I'm like, "This is your wedding? This is your reception? You know?" And she's like, "I got it. I'll take care of you." And Mama Zig, God love her, she's like, "Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And I'm like, 1, I've been hit harder. 2, all you did was somehow sniper your finger into my eye and flick a contact out. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And she's like, "Well, you're not driving if you can't get that back in." And I was like, "Oh, God, no. No, we took a lift here, and we have our kids with us. Because I knew it was an open bar, and there was no way we were going to drive down here."
Oh.
Your wedding reception was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the fact that the wedding ceremony was just me and her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no wrong answer. Just whatever the hell you want as a couple. You know what I mean?
No, and it will never not forever hurt me that I wasn't there for the wedding. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You and Mom. Yeah, that's fine. Literally no one. It was me, her, a judge at the cultural center in this beautiful Tiffany dome. 15 minutes. An older woman ringing a bell. That's all we needed. Then we took some pictures. We went to a beautiful little Italian bistro. We had a bottle of champagne, had some brunch. Then we went to listened to our buddies play their band outside. It was phenomenal. Then we did our reception.
And the reason we did a large ceremony is because, for Nicole and I, is because my first wedding, nobody was there except Jeff. So...
Well... Dude, like I said, there's no wrong answer. The couple gets to decide, period. You want a big, huge thing? Groovy. If you both want that, go for it. You want a tiny little thing? You two want that? Go for it. Makes no difference.
Well, and that was, Nicole, we both had been married before. And Nicole's wedding, she had the big traditional wedding. And so she was like, "I don't want to do the big traditional thing. Like, traditional. I don't want to do..." And I was like, "I get that, but if I get married again and my mom and dad and stepmom and sister and family can't be there, I'm never welcome back again. I understand that."
Yeah.
And so that's when we talked, and we're like, "Let's get married at the Legacy Theater." So on stage, underneath cool lights that my buddy Jeff Nevins designed, and then we went and made horrible choices at my reception.
Well done.
Yeah, because you were there.
Yay!
We don't remember most of it, but we were present.
Not a goddamn moment. Let's see. Fancy outfits. Let's see. That was that. I know I wore a tie, and it was mostly askew.
And it was on your penis.
There was a water feature or possibly a river. I'm not sure which.
There was a lake, yes.
Ah, very good, yes.
Yep, there was a lake, and every time I was like, we should go down to the lake, everyone was like, "No, you should not go down to the lake."
Because we'll get in it.
Yeah, you aren't allowed to get there. But that was a good night. It was a good night.
Yeah, man.
It was a good night, Ziggy. If you were to have... Okay, so, Jack... What would Jack's middle name be?
Here's the thing. Angie and her side of the family, they don't have middle names. I almost just want to be like minimalist. Just like, doesn't need one.
Jack Ziegler. It's a strong name.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a few things I'd throw in there that she would never let me use. Skywalker, obviously, that's not gonna work. Dad's minion, one word, like King Messiah.
Sure.
Probably
sure.
not going to float. Apparently, I'm not sure what the legality is here, but sex fruit. I don't want to play, with the lawyers. But no, I don't even know if it's necessary.
Yeah, crotch goblin, I think, is a good one.
Crotch goblin.
Yeah.
That is hyphenated? That has to be.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because you don't want that mispronounced. You want to make sure that you get both sides of that.
There's a whole lot of
Yeah. Yeah, I think if because like if we had a girl, like if Nick and I decided at the
I thought you meant you and I.
Yeah, if you and I had a girl, her name would be Tits McGee.
Crotch Goblin. The third.
Yes. And if it were a boy, I think we just have to go the Kyle Kinane route and name it Miller Time or the Boss.
And the Boss.
That was one of my favorite. When he was obviously nothing about me screams. I have possession of kids during the week or something like it.
I should not be like in charge of two small boys shirtless in the middle of the week or something.
Yeah,
because he took them to like a park, like a water park.
The mom and dad were like, "Hey, watch these two kids. We got to go make lunch. We'll be right back." And their names were like Skylar and Grayson or something like that. And he's like, "Obviously, I'm not the dad of a Skylar and a Grayson. I'm the dad of Miller Time and the Boss."
Boss. Grayson. Jesus Lord. Why would you name somebody a building that should have gargoyles on it?
Right.
Like what? Oh, Lord.
See, and I have nicknames for all three of the kids.
Will.
There's Will or
how do you shorten Glenn? It's one syllable.
Well, Glenn is just Bubs.
No.
Actually, his name is Original Bubs.
Okay, I only laugh because that's what I call the dog. Like, come on, Bubs.
Yeah, see, and my Glenn is named after my grandpa. My grandpa's name was Glenn, and my grandpa always called me Bubs.
Sure.
And so when Glenn was born, he was Bubs, and then Gideon came along, and I was like, well, and I started calling him Bubs, and Glenn looked at me, and he was 5. He's like, but I'm Bubs. I said, no, you're Original Bubs. And he was like, I'm Original Bubs. All right.
Nice.
So we got OG Bubs and Bubs. Although, and I didn't realize when we named them, both of them, their initials are GDS. And so I told Gideon when he saw his initials, he's like, does that stand for? I said, yeah, goddamn Smith. Get used to it. And he was like,
what is Gid's middle name?
Daniel.
Okay.
Gideon Daniel. Wow. In case anyone's listening and would like to steal his identity. No, I'm not going to say that. Anyway, there's stuff to cut.
You don't want Gideon coming after you. Do it at your own peril.
Yeah, that kid's a stabber.
Mm-hmm.
He's a stabby boy.
All right, now I'm going to go with Jack Pinches, obviously.
Jack Pinches, Uncle Touchy, Zig Heils. Zig Heilzer.
Zig Heil. I'll tell you what, Hitler Youth, it never goes out of fashion.
That's because Hugo Boss designs all their clothes.
I have a Hugo Boss suit in my wardrobe, and it's so good.
Right? Was it Bronger that talked about, I hate myself, but every time I see Nazis in a magazine, I'm like, I want that suit. Nazis were pieces of shit, but they dressed crisp as fuck, man.
They put skull and crossbones in their goddamn accoutrement. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's accessorizing.
They really are. I'm with Matt Bronger. They're Nazis just dressed crisp as fuck. You look at American soldiers, we were just there just to get a job done. Nazis were there to make a statement.
Yeah, but you never heard a Nazi named Jack.
No, but I bet there was plenty of Jacks that killed a lot of Nazis. And you know what? I salute you, Jack.
Can we end on that? That makes me very happy if we end on that.
Just end right there. I salute you, Jack.
What did you learn, Larry?
What did I learn?
Yeah.
I learned there's some dumb fucking names out there, and that, man, this is right now is when we should have started recording, because now I'm just drunk enough to be like, you know what? And another thing, King Messiah, I hope you get 3 nails and a stab.
I am not going to lie. Everything's kicked in quite well.
Hey, what did you learn, Ziggy?
Well, as is my wont, I adamantly learn nothing. I put up a wall. I refuse to grow as a person.
Hey, if anyone would like to email, because I attached an email now to our account.
Oh, Lord. We have one?
Yeah. Well,
Good.
It's my email. I was too lazy to make a new one.
Oh, that's your fault.
Oh, yeah. But if anyone would like to tell us what they learned.
Ooh.
Oh, that caught me. There it is. Oh, that's a good one.
Zig and Larry Org topic could easily be called Zig and Larry experience heartburn horrifically.
Zig and Larry have destroyed themselves for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens when they
Enjoy it while you got it. And you're drinking that horrifically strong rum with vanilla Coke from a Palm Wonderful glass.
It's my favorite cocktail glass.
It's fucking great. And it's the size of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by Kraken Rum. Yes, Kraken Rum. It's 94 proof and will drag you to the depths of the ocean. You'll never see your friends or family again. You're going to ruin lives. Kraken Rum. Here we go.
No.
There it is.